So they said they will not release our bride to us unless we drop some money. So we don't even give past 10,000 self. Because our bride is worth more than 10,000. More, put on. See the beans. See the beans. See how she sweet. I never even chop her, but it don't sweet. Before our traditional wedding from the Eggon tribe of Nasarawa State can begin, there's one dish that absolutely must be present. And it's the Ebiekme, which is a dish of butter beans and black sesame. And without it, the marriage is seen as incomplete or invalid. In the last episode, you saw our long journey from Belgrade all the way to Abuja, Nigeria. We came to Nigeria for something very special, and that's my brother's traditional wedding. Stay tuned and come learn with me about Nigerian marriage traditions. This is just one of many beautiful cultures that exist in Nigeria.
Experiencing African rain.
The morning of the wedding started in a way none of us expected. Rain. And not just any rain, Nigerian rain. The kind that pours heavily even when the temperature is extremely hot.
Do you have this parrot? It's like being in a pet store in Serbia. Yeah.
For Leona and her mom, it was the first time experiencing something like this. But just as quickly as it came, the rain stopped. The skies cleared and the sun came right back out, which meant one thing, it was time to start getting ready for the wedding. Leona started preparing for the day, doing her makeup, and Frida just showing off her new hairstyle. Meanwhile, my brother, the groom, was getting ready as well.
Thank you. This is the gloom. I am the gloom's blooder, but this is the gloom. Look at the gloom. Look at how he's shining.
The watch is from Italy, you know. The hand chain is from Zurich. The shoe is Italian.
Oh my God! The thing is.
I'm clean. Play with me,
don't play.
Now I don't have any clips of the bride because my job for the day was simple. I was part of the groomsmen, so my camera mostly stayed with the groom and he was looking sharp. A traditional Hausa cap, Italian shoes, luxury watch from Zurich, a pair of Cartier glasses, a full traditional outfit, Agbada. The Agbada is an outfit that's particularly known and associated with success and celebrations.
So where are we going, Frida?
Everyone was dressed, everyone was excited, and we were finally ready to leave. Now, if you're wondering why the apartment was so full, there's a simple explanation. When there's a big family celebration in Nigeria, especially when relatives come from the village, you give up your room. Family members stay at the house and you go find somewhere else to sleep. So while our extended family stayed at our parents' houses, my dad rented us a 3-bedroom apartment in the neighborhood of Guzape. My brother stayed with us and their friends also. And let's just say it was always a full house. Then it was time to begin the journey to Nasarawa State, where the traditional wedding was taking place. In the last episode, my mother-in-law described Nigeria as one giant market, and honestly, driving through the streets, you can understand why. The roads are rough in many places because they're under construction, and that creates traffic everywhere. And of course, in true Nigerian fashion, some drivers decide the rules don't apply to them, driving the wrong way on one-way roads. Broken down cars, a bit of chaos, but somehow it all works. Eventually, we arrived at the bride's family compound, and the first thing that caught my attention was my mom.
I called my mama, see her clothes. Yes, smile.
She looked absolutely amazing in her Nigerian traditional outfit. Everything was flawless. Then the greetings began. Meeting relatives, greeting friends, meeting the in-laws. Many of them have never met my family before, only seeing them through YouTube videos and pictures. Everyone was excited to finally meet them in person. But there was one thing you'd immediately notice. Everyone had a hand fan or a small electric fan, and for good reasons. We were in the heat season, temperatures between 38 to 40 degrees Celsius. The ceremony began with a cultural dance from the bride's father's family. It's not my tradition, I don't speak the language, but the music sounded incredible. So of course I joined them. Dancing together was my way of showing respect and happiness for this new addition to our family. Leona and her mom were enjoying the performances too, but the heat was definitely getting to them.
Wait a Nah, they won't touch you, bro.
Every now and then, they'd go sit in the car just to cool down with the air conditioning. Then something interesting started happening. Word spread around the village that there were white people at the wedding.
Don't touch your face, I beg.
Traditional weddings don't just work with invitations. If people hear there's a wedding, they come. Kids keep running from everywhere.
Give me small space. See the commotion you people are causing back? Yes, sir.
For many of them, seeing a white person was something completely new. They were curious, excited. Some even wanted to touch Leona just so they could say they touched the white person. And honestly, I could understand their curiosity because living in Serbia, I experienced the same thing. There aren't many black people in Serbia either. Then it was finally time for the tradition you saw at the beginning of this video. The Ebiekpen beans ceremony.
Teslim! I your chair be this.
The bride and groom are supposed to be carried on the shoulders of the best man and maid of honor. But with the heat that day, someone had a smarter idea.
I see our Ameria. Hey, we carry better.
Okada. In Nigeria, motorcycles used for transport are usually called Okada.
Where do you carry them go like this? I beg, small, I beg, small.
So the bride and groom climbed onto their Okadas, and we followed behind them in full procession, heading towards the place where the traditional beans was being prepared.
Shall we supposed to follow them? Are you the best man now? It's a culture. It's a cultural thing. We know now. Shall we supposed to follow them? They say we're supposed to follow. We are all going. We them must please I know. I know.
Meanwhile, Frida stayed right by my side the entire time. I think everything happening around her was a bit overwhelming, but she was still curious and wanted to see everything.
Thank you. Groom's brother.
You are going to pay a certain amount before she will come down from the bike.
Oh, we have to pay a certain amount. I know home money.
Me, I have money if you need.
When we arrived, we quickly learned we couldn't just take the beans, or the chicken, or the goat, or the bride. We had to pay first. The only problem, I didn't bring money. All the money was with Leona because I know myself. In crowded situations like this, I lose things. Luckily, the best man stepped in and paid the money. Later, I paid him back once we returned to the ceremony.
So they said they will not release our bride to us unless we drop some money. Ooh, they pay, oh. Then you give us our bride, oh. We don't even give past 10,000, sir. Because our bride is worth more than 10,000. Yes, our bride is worth more than 10,000. So we go give past 10,000. Man, see what's in my pocket. Adam. Oh yeah, oh. More, oh yeah, put on. Our bride past 10,000. Yes. See the beans. See how she's sweet. I never even chop her, but it don't sweet.
This beans is called Ebiekme, which is a dish of butter beans and black sesame. This food is particular to Eggon marriage ceremony. It is presented by the groom's family as part of the wedding rites. The Ebiekpen is a crucial part of Eggon traditional marriage, and without it, the marriage is seen as incomplete or invalid. Another thing, he has to spray the bride until she says he's done enough.
Wait now, you will put it by yourself. Okay, this is for me. For you, what are you going to spray?
Everything so they want test whether you get good or bad. She's going to test the beast whether it's sweet or not. She's going to give her husband.
What color were you? Princess Vera. I learned Magayal was Gasalwaba. So I brought Naga about digging a dead Zakalornaker. Metangili.
After the beans was tasted and approved, the groom had another important step.
See the beast.
Yes.
He changed his hat. putting on the traditional hat and beads of the bride's tribe. This symbolizes respect and acceptance of her culture. Even though she joins his culture in marriage, he honors hers as well. Then his bride feeds him the beans, and if he approves of the taste, everything is good, and he did. Then we headed back to the wedding ceremony, and just like before, most of the village followed. That's one of the beautiful parts about African weddings. Everyone is welcome, no invitation, no exclusions. If there's celebration, everyone celebrates together. Back at the ceremony, the women carrying the beans and chicken danced around the venue, but they wouldn't drop the food until more money was sprayed. People came forward spraying cash. My mom, my dad, everyone celebrating.
Simone! Simone! It's good to celebrate. That's beautiful. The father-in-law who is carrying.
Then another tradition happened. The bride's father presented her with a goat, a gift she takes with her to her new home. You could see she wasn't too comfortable holding it, but tradition is tradition. For me, the highlight of the entire wedding was the final dance performance from the bride's mother's village. These are the Mada traditional dancers. They're also from the Eggon tribe from Nasarawa State. The dance performance was so amazing that the bride felt obliged to join them. Bright colors, incredible energy, beautiful traditional music. Originally, they were supposed to open the ceremony, but their group arrived late due to traffic. Honestly though, it worked out perfectly, because it ended the celebration on the highest note possible. Frida especially loved watching the dancers, so she didn't take her eyes off them. Now here's something that surprised me personally as a Yoruba Muslim from Kwara State. We don't eat pork. So I always assumed that most of Nigerians didn't either, but today I learned something new.
Oh, they slaughtered it. Sorry. Oh, my big oh. Yeah.
In Nasarawa State, pork is part of the culture. In fact, part of the bride price included buying 2 large pigs, and this was one of them. I apologize to anyone watching who may not enjoy this part of the video, but culture is culture. And today, we learned something new. As the celebration came to an end, we prepared to head back to Abuja. By this point, Frida had become a celebrity. The kids absolutely loved her, and she loved their attention just as much.
Now you go hiding your face. I'm making you famous.
It was a cute way to close an unforgettable day. So today you saw a tropical rainstorm in the middle of extreme heat, getting ready with the groom and the family, the chaotic but beautiful journey to Nasarawa State, the traditional bride price ceremony, the special beans tradition, cultural dances, money spraying, and an entire village coming together to celebrate love. But the wedding celebration isn't over yet. In the next episode, we'll take you shopping at the Arts and Culture Center for souvenirs in Abuja.
The details on some of these houses are just amazing. Details like this. Look at the details on the window. Handcrafted details.
You will see the modern wedding reception, and we'll continue showing you what Nigerian wedding celebrations really look like. Trust me, you don't want to miss that.
Beautiful, amazing bridesmaids. Look at them, please. No problem. But let me show everybody's beautiful face. Make everybody feel.
Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Share it to Facebook, share it to wherever. See you in the next episode.